What's going on YouTube? Ben here, Player.net, and today I have something I'm a little bit excited about. Recently I've been in contact with ID Cooling, and they were nice enough to send me some fans as well as their T60-SFX mini gaming case. Now this is a real nice case. Now this is properly something that you could set up to be a proper console killer. Like, it is that small. Obviously it's going to be bigger than an Xbox One or a PS4, but not by much. Now, as mentioned, they were also nice enough to send me some of their fans, the NO12025 fans, to go with it. We've got 4 of those here as well, so I'm looking forward to getting those in. And taking a look at the box here, we can see it's got a Best of Computex 2014 award on it. It's pure aluminum, compact design, VGA card supported, and it's designed for gamers. Now this is of course going to be like a nice LAN rig console killer, like I said. There's not a whole lot going on. One side gives us a little bit of a description of what ID Cooling had in mind when they designed the case. Onto the back we have our specifications and compatibility list. It's of course mini ITX. It's got a dual slot VGA card for up to 263mm graphics card, so you'll definitely have to check on that if you plan on getting this case. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the case out of the box and give you guys a closer look. Alright, so here we have it, the T60-SFX in full glory. First thing I noticed was the unique power button here that also is has an ID in it, part of I don't know if it's part of their proper logo or not. It appears to be, so it's quite nice to see them taking that little bit more customization in the case themselves. We also have 2 USB 3.0 ports here, and along the bottom, as we can see, there's a bit of vent there to allow for some air cooling, because let's be honest folks, we're going to need it in a case of this size. Both sides of the case are identical. As you can see, that's one side, boom, onto the other. This is the other side. They both have vents running along the bottom side and towards the front of the case to again allow for better airflow, because we're going to need it. We also have 4 thumb screws on each side that have little inlets in them, so you can use a flathead if that's your thing. So we can go ahead and pop those side panels off in a minute, which we'll go ahead and do when we take a look at the inside. But first, let's just have a quick look at the back. Now, as we can see here, it comes with an installed fan already, probably 80, 92 mil, one of the two. I'm not quite sure at the moment. We'll have to take a look in a sec here. And it has a power supply extender. Now, a lot of times when you see a PC case with this on it, you think the power supply is there. But due to its unique size and style, the power supply in this is actually going to go in the front. So what ID Cooling have done is they've included a little extender cable to help make sure you can still plug the power supply in the back as per normal, instead of having to plug a power cable into the front of the case, which nobody's going to want that. We of course have the cutout for the rear I/O on the motherboard, and our 2 PCI expansion bays where we can fit our graphics card of up to 263mm in there. What I'm going to do now is break my fingers trying to get these little things off here, because they're on there quite good and I'm too lazy to go find a screwdriver. So stay tuned for just a moment and we'll be right back with a closer look at the inside of the case. Alright, so here we have it folks, the T60-SFX naked. No, I'm just kidding. We just took the side panels off. As we can see, it's definitely a unique design here. The power supply looks like it'll go right in here, and as mentioned, we have our extender cable, so we can go ahead, once it's plugged in, we can fit this wherever we need to. We of course have our USB 3 cable here. There's a fan cable as well, and as you can see, it looks nice. There's of course in the bottom there are some holes now that I'm seeing to go ahead and mount some fans in there for a bit of extra airflow. So big thanks to ID Cooling for throwing some fans in the box as well for me. And yeah, as we can see, it looks like we may be able to mount our SSDs here. Not sure, maybe so, maybe not. We'll find out one way or another in the near future when I get started on the full review. But yeah, as you can see, it's very small. There's not a whole lot going on in here. I mean, there's really just not the room for anything to be going on, to put it. On the back side here, there's absolutely nothing except the cutout for the power supply, which we'll leave in. You go ahead and mount it in, and they've left in should be just enough room so we can go ahead and pull our cables in without affecting how the side panel will go on. Again, I'd like to thank ID Cooling for sending this out to me for review. It's definitely a unique case, and I'm very intrigued to get building in it and see how it all pans out. So please make sure to stay tuned in the near future for the review on Player.net. And as always, like, subscribe, comment, give me some feedback, and thank you guys for watching.